Hi all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mohini Yadav, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel then please do it right now. You can also click on the bell icon in order to receive the regular updates, and in case you like my video then please do like, share and comment. Thank you. So in this video we'll be discussing about the very important Excel functions, and it is must for everyone to know. Those who want to make the generalized sheet, these Excel functions are the ultimate solutions to them. So let's see which all functions I'll be going to cover in this video tutorial. So these are MRound, Vlookup, Hlookup, max, min and Countifs, and we'll also look into the combination of formulas which we can use in order to derive some relevant information. So let's begin. So suppose this is the data we have, in which in the first column we have the customer's name, then in the second column we have sales, third column we have purchases, and in the fourth column we have categories. Let me just delete this. Okay, so first function is MRound, and before moving to MRound, we have in the earlier videos already discussed about the round functions, that we can round off any value to the 0 decimal places or 1 decimal places or 2 decimal places. Okay, we can round off the values. And the other formula also we have in connection with round, that is round down, that is in order to reduce the value to the next, to the below point. That is, if 491.56 is there, it will reduce down its value to just 491. Okay, so this is round down. So you can see this. So this is now 491. But round up is basically to round off the value to the next higher value. So in this case, it will be 492. Okay, so these are the round functions. But these round off functions will not help us in case we want the value to a nearest multiple of something. Okay, so in case I need the value of sales to the next nearest 10 multiple, then in that case, instead of round, we'll use MRound. Okay, so this is the multiple of round function. So for example, I need the value of sales to the nearest 10 multiple. I'll use this MRound. This is the number and multiple is 10. So now this is round off to the as a multiple of 10. So it is now 12060. Similarly, 491.56 will become 490 and not 500. Okay, so this is the nearest 10 multiple. Similarly, this value will be 4100. I am just simply using Ctrl plus D in order to duplicate the formula. Okay, so you can also drag and drop like this. Okay, so these are the values of nearest 10 multiple. Interesting, right? So this is the function of MRound, in which we want to convert our values into the nearest multiple of something. Okay. Next important function is Vlookup, and Vlookup is vertical lookup. That is, in case we are finding the values from columns to columns. But the first and foremost condition of using this Vlookup function is that whatever value you are looking for, it should be on the first column of your table. So in case you are looking for the value of customer, then this value should be on the first column of the table. Similarly, in case you have to find the values of sales, then sales should be in the first column of the table. So whatever value you are looking for, that value should be in the first column. So for example, in case I want to find the sales value of Tanu, in this case, how we can use it? Vlookup, and the lookup value is Tanu. And since this is a text, so I have to write this under the double quotes. So Tanu. Now table array. Table array is the entire table in which the value we are looking for is present. Okay. So this is the entire table, comma. Now the column index number. So the column index number is the number for which we are finding the value. So for example, in case I am finding the sales value, so sales value is in the second column, because this is first column, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. And since I am looking for the value of the second column, so I'll type second here, then true and false. So please make a rule that whenever you are looking for the value of any text, always use this false, otherwise it will give you the wrong result. Okay, so always write false, which means the exact match. Bracket close. Now see, the value of Tanu should be 1975.11. So this is the sales value of Tanu. Similarly, you can look up for the value of Prashant, Pooja, or anything. But the formula and the syntax is this, in which first is the lookup value, second is the table array, and third is the column index number, and fourth is whether you want an exact match or an approximate match. Simple. The next formula is Hlookup, which is the horizontal lookup. So in this case also, whatever value you are finding of, it should be in the first row, because in the Vlookup it is first column, and in the Hlookup it should be in the first row. So since you have to find the category of Ankita now, so category is in the first row, so we'll use Hlookup, and the lookup value is what? It is category. You can simply select category. Now you are selecting, since you are selecting a cell, you don't have to use double quote. Whenever you have to type a text, in that case you have to use the double quote. Okay, so now we have just reference a cell, and under the cell there is a category. Okay, so this is the lookup value. Now next is table array. So table array is the entire table, comma, row index number. Now you have to find where is Ankita. So Ankita is at the, now see, this is first row, second row, third row, and fourth. Under fourth row there is Ankita. So here you have to write the row index number. So this is 4, comma. Now you want approximate match or exact match. I want exact match always. So bracket close. Now the category for Ankita is 3. Simple. This is the way you can use Hlookup. In this form, in this pretty spreadsheet, you are finding it very simple. But when you have huge data sets, in this case, these formulas are of really good help. Okay, so this is the Hlookup. Now, next is max and minimum. These are very simple formula. I am just giving you a quick revision, because in the next sheet, I'll be covering this formula with the, I'll be combining this formula with other formula, so that I'm just giving you a quick revision. In case I need the maximum of sales value, so I'll be using this formula max. Now number 1, number 2, number 3. So these are my numbers. I'll be selecting the entire sales, bracket close. So in this case, the maximum value is 12,056.56, and minimum is minimum, and you can select the entire range of sales. It will give you the minimum result. So this is 23.11. This is the minimum. Okay, simple. Now next function is count function. So there are multiple count functions available in your Excel. So for example, count gives you the number of cells in the particular range. So for example, if I am selecting the purchase column, the count function will give me, so the count function will give me how many values are there in this particular, there must, just a minute, there is some problem in using the formula. So this is count. Okay, so it is giving me 26 numbers are there in particular range. Now in case I want to know how many blank cells are there in the range, for that I can use count blank, and similarly I can select the entire purchase column and I can see how many blank cells are there. So there are just one blank cell. So it has given me that result. Similarly, you can use count A. It says that how many cells in the range that are not empty, means not blank. And the next is count if. Count if is used when you just have a single condition to meet, but countifs is used when you have multiple conditions. Okay, this we will understand with the help of an example. So suppose in this is the data sheet you have, in which you have code, name, categories, and this is the payroll sheet that you have, and you have to know how many employees are there who have more than 15,000 basic pay and more than 10,000 DA. So in this case you have to calculate how many, means you have to count them, and these are the two conditions which you have to look for. So in this case you will use count ifs because there are two conditions, and the range is, first range is basic pay, comma, under double quotes you have to return what? That it should be more than 15,000. So this is the first criteria. Then the next criteria, the range is DA. So select the entire DA, comma, and the criteria is it should be more than 10,000. So you have to write the criteria under the double quotes. So there are 4 records which have more than 15,000 basic pay and 10,000 DA. So this is the way you can use count ifs. So you can try multiple combination in order to explore more this function. Now the next thing is, suppose you have, these are the categories for payment of gross provident fund, less than 15,000, 2,000, between 15 to 30,000, 3,000, and more than 30,000, 4,000. So these are the conditions for paying the GPF, but it is also mentioned that in any case it should not exceed 1% of DP. So how will you use this? So this function is going to be used with the help of if, that if basic pay is less than 15,000, 2,000, if it is more than this, if not then this, but there is an additional condition which is mentioned, and this condition says that in any case it should not exceed the 1% of DP. So it means there is more formula that which we have to use, and this more formula is going to be the minimum formula, right? Because the value says it should not exceed, so it means we have to use minimum formula. So see how we can use. First we'll use if basic pay is less than 15,000, we have to give 2,000. Next condition, if the basic pay is more than 30,000, we have to pay 4,000. Otherwise, the third condition is 3,000. So simple 3,000 bracket close. So this is our condition for if. But now there is one more condition, that it should not exceed. For that we'll use minimum, that minimum of this value or 1%. So it means 0.01 into 1% of DP. Now look into this formula very carefully. So first condition we have written that if basic pay is less than 15,000, then give us 2,000. Or if basic pay is greater than 30,000, then give us 4,000. If both the conditions are not satisfied, then give us 3,000. Okay. So this is the condition we have already met for this table. But the one additional statement that is given, that it should not exceed 1% of the DP, it means we have to write one more condition, that is the minimum. That either the value of this should be minimum or 1% of DP should be minimum. Okay, so this is the value we have entered. Enter. Now this is your answer, and you can see that 1% of DP is this, and the value in any case have not exceeded this. Okay, if it would have been 10%, then the value should be this. Simple. So this is the way you can use your formula. Okay, I hope this is clear, and if you like my video, then please do like it. Thank you.